Are you a founder and executive director and trying to figure out what to do to make your organization great? Today, I am going to be talking about the 4 key roles of an executive director. Hang on tight in the next 3 seconds. Hello, my name is Efwa Ede with Social Impact Consulting. We're a development consultancy firm that looks to maximize social impact. To get more information on what we do and who we are, you can stick with us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Look forward to seeing you in our future videos. So, we're going to be talking about the role of the executive director. Early in my career, I watched my mentor and my former boss, Patricia Van Pelt, as she was the executive director in the organization I worked for, Target Area Development. I looked at her as a superwoman, the way she related to the board, the way she related to donors, her peer organizations, and the general public. I just saw her as someone that did everything with such grace and finesse. Over a decade later, I became the country director of Junior Achievement Nigeria. I now saw the intricate challenges of what she had to go through in those past few years and had to work with the board, with the team, with the public, with the media, and everyone in between. Then I also watched my colleagues, Adenike Adeyemi from Faith Foundation, Samson Itodo and Cynthia Mbamalu of Yaga Africa Initiative, Clement Nwankwo of the Policy Legal Advocacy Center. I watched how they ran their organizations and currently running their organizations to maximize social impact on each of their chosen thematic areas. Being an executive director is not an easy feat, but if you know what you're supposed to do, you would do it with grace and truth and maximize social impact in what you're doing. The roles are the following. 1, you're the secretary of the board. When you're running your board meetings, you're in charge of the minutes, you're in charge of making sure that they get their board packet at least 2 weeks in advance of the board meeting, and you're responsible for implementing their strategic mandate in running the organization. You are the chief executive officer. Investopedia talks about the chief executive officer as someone that provides strategic oversight in an organization, whether big or small. But for smaller nonprofits, you're involved in the day-to-day operations of the organization, like running staff meetings, like making sure programs are ran strategically, reading up your departmental reports to make sure that everything is going the way it needs to. So as the chief executive officer of your organization, you're responsible for everything that happens. The buck stops with you, okay? The next thing is you're the business development officer. As the business development officer, you are looking for funds with your organization. You're looking for funding, you're looking for extra opportunities, you're even looking to build alliances with peer organizations to expand your work. You're also looking to maintain relationships with current donors as you're looking forward to new donors. So as you're a business development officer, you're making sure that the relationships between your board, between your donors, and everybody around you is smooth and the brand of your organization is intact. Another role of the executive director is the chief program officer. You have a program team making sure that the inputs and activities are run the way it needs to, but you get consistent reporting of your programming to make sure that the programs are run in line with the proposal that you wrote to the donor, and making sure it meets the strategic objectives of that proposal so that you maintain that relationship with the donor. And you also make sure that every program you're running meets the vision and the mission of your organization, and it represents the brand of your organization as you're dealing with your team, you're dealing with the stakeholders, you're dealing with the vendors, and everyone in between to make sure programs run the way they need to run. So these are the 4 strategic roles of the executive director. Do you have any other comments or questions about the role of an executive director? Let's hear about it in the comments, and I look forward to hearing from you in the next video. Thank you.